You're listening to Small Business Talk with Jerry. Sit in on great conversations with entrepreneurs who risk everything chasing the American dream.
Hey everybody, thanks for joining us one more time. Another episode of Small Business Talk with Jerry, which we have now integrated with Small Business Referral Group, SBR Group, we like to call it. I'm Jerry, big surprise. I want to introduce Greg, not to be confused with Craig from the first three. But Greg's been with us on the SBR train, almost a year. I mean, it's October-ish, probably. I think we said this morning.
And now it's July.
Yeah, now it's July. So we're 3/4 of a year. But Greg has the same vision that the rest of us have in starting this. And so I want to introduce Greg and let him tell you a little bit about himself.
Okay. Jerry, thank you. This is an experience. You've got quite a setup here.
Thank you.
It looks like fun. And actually, I'm glad that I'm getting to finally do this. You and I have talked about it for months. And,
we have.
And life happens.
Life happens, and we get busier, and we think we're busier than we are.
Right,
and then here we go.
Exactly. So we're here. And no, this is a great setup. So thank you for inviting me. SBR Group is it dominates so much of my time.
Yeah.
My awake time.
Yeah,
in
now.
My head, and it's a passion. I think like you, I kind of consider myself a serial entrepreneur.
Yeah.
It's not just businesses that I've been involved with. I'm passionate about business. When I see somebody who's doing a good thing, I want to help them.
Yeah.
And that's always been my mindset, is to see people succeed and celebrate that with them.
Yeah. It doesn't always have to be you.
Absolutely not.
We talked about earlier.
No. How exciting is it when you meet somebody who's really knocking it out of the park because they found the thing that is most important to them.
Yep.
And it is a niche for people that they connect with, and it's great. I mean, I'm a garbage man, right?
Yep.
Kind of. I'm working for Harter's Disposal. I'm in charge of route development, basically, on the residential side. So, but I have a history. Trash. I mean, I hauled garbage for 18 years here in Rochester, Minnesota.
What was the name of your company?
My company, I had from 1991 through 2000. It was called The Recyclers.
That's right.
And the full name was The Recyclers Residential Garbage and Recycling Service.
It's a mouthful.
This long.
Good webpage. Yep. Good URL.
Right. Yeah. That was 1991. There was no URL. Right. So, but passionate. I was very passionate about it. I did, and maybe too much of me in the business,
right?
Because I, would fall asleep at my desk and all of that.
But if you're good at what you do and you care about what you do, it's what happens.
Right. Exactly.
That's what happens.
Exactly.
You hear so many people talk about, you pack up all your problems in a sandwich bag and you leave it at the curb, right? And you go home and you pick it back up in the morning.
Right.
If you can do that, you're not the person. I mean, that's an idea. It's an ideal. It's something we should all strive for. But that's way tougher, done than said.
But the truth is, if you're truly passionate about something, you can't just stop thinking about it.
Right.
Your brain doesn't work that way.
No, that's my point.
Yeah.
If you truly can bottle that up and leave it at the curb, you might be in the wrong business.
Right.
I mean,
but that's the advantage employees have.
Right.
If you like to be an employee and you want to do that, find somebody that you want to work for and do the thing that you want to do and go do that.
Yeah, absolutely. There's no shame in that at all. It's just
absolutely not.
We're more geared around the entrepreneurs
Yep.
than the W-2 employee with this particular project, with this business.
Exactly.
Craig said it the other night, I was giving you guys a hard time. It's like, our business is to provide your business with more business,
Yep.
right? I mean, we've kind of adopted that, and that's what it's all about. It's all about the business and helping the people in the business coexist. It's another thing we talked about was, losing sleep at night because there's going to be another problem tomorrow. Well, again, this isn't the area for the anxious or the depressed. That's a tough area.
Right.
That makes this not impossible, but it definitely makes it harder. So
nope, 100%. If that is what you'd rather do, then be an employee.
Yeah.
Be a good one.
Yeah, be a good one.
But be an employee, because this is not for the faint of heart. This is all in. And I think the six of us starting the SBR group, I think we've all taken that level of passion into it. And that's one of the most exciting things for me, is that I get to share this.
Right.
It's not just me by myself going out doing this thing. I actually have all of you to rely on.
Right.
We divvy up the work, and you say
Hold each other accountable.
You say what you're going to do, and you do
Yep.
what you're going to say.
Yep.
You do what you said you're
Yep.
going to do. So.
Yep, and when you don't, you're held accountable.
Exactly.
The guy's like, I thought this was going to happen yesterday.
Yeah.
You don't have to be
Yeah.
a jerk about it, but it's like, come on. Where
Right.
it's all cogs in a wheel. When
Yep.
one of those cogs is missing, it all falls apart.
Yep.
So
Exactly. And if one person is always picking up the pieces, that isn't going to work either.
no,
So
long term it won't.
I
Yep.
think we've been, I'd say, doing this in earnest since maybe January, February.
Yep.
Really meeting regularly and planning like on purpose.
Right,
Not
right.
just random thoughts, but actually
Right.
putting things down.
Truly agended meetings and ideas.
Exactly. And it's remarkable. It's July, right? So that's
Yeah.
7 months worth of working together, and the amount of input and the amount of ownership that everybody in the group has taken,
Yeah.
phenomenal.
Yeah.
It's just, I'm so excited.
Yeah, great group of guys.
Yep.
Great group. And
100%.
I guess as we go on, again, the first 3 episodes here, you guys got to meet Craig. He's a co-founder with myself. Now you've got to meet Greg, another co-founder. We do have Jeremiah, we have Doug, and we have Jordan, and you're going to meet them. We're not going to give them too much credit yet until they're sitting in front of me. Then I have to. But great guys.
Hey man, this is my time.
That's right. This is your time. That's right. That's right. But yeah, so that we've got a great core. We kind of call ourselves the front office, right?
Right.
I mean, we have to have a way to designate. And so, like in the last ones, we talked about the support that when I say we, I mean myself and my 5 guys. There's 6 of us total. And so whenever you hear us mention the front office, it's not about arrogance. It's about we got to have a name, right? We got to have a way to distinguish ourselves from everyone else.
I love how you said that, Jerry. Your guys.
Your
got
guys.
people.
See,
You
I got people.
you
I got people.
Nice.
Right. Yes, and I should say it's 6 equal pieces. This is not my show by any sense. This particular piece, Small Business Talk with Jerry, I'm going to claim that. But the rest of it is a group effort. I mean, I couldn't do it, and that's how we came together. I wanted to get a couple guys in on this because I knew I couldn't do it by myself. I tried back in COVID and realized it's just too much work for one
Yep.
guy. And unless you're just going to throw a ridiculous amount of money at it and hire 90% of it done.
But then it's not going to be what you want.
Then it's not what you want.
It's really not.
It's really not. Nope, that's
So-
right. So we kind of tried to pick a dream team, in my opinion. I picked on the guys that I really knew that we could all get along. That's first and foremost.
Right.
And then we have expertise. There's things that I just can't do, and I don't want to do. I don't want to learn. Yeah, bottom line. And so if I can find folks that maybe my skill set complements theirs, and I brought 5 guys together, plus myself, and said, here's my idea. It's going to cost money. It's going to take a ridiculous amount of time
Yep.
and commitment and passion. And I was really hoping to get 1 or 2 of those guys interested in it. And then maybe round 2 of going a little deeper into my circle and finding another couple guys to promote it to or present it to. And all five of these guys were just like, I got some questions.
That's what happens when you have a great idea.
Well, thank you. I
Yeah.
appreciate that.
Yeah.
I mean, and all 5 guys went, I'm in.
Right.
We had some questions, of course.
Yep.
And then, but yeah, all 5 guys are in, and I said, I really don't think we want 6 guys at the helm. That was a concern in the
Right.
beginning.
Yeah.
And then we really sat down and we just talked about what each of us can bring to the table. And at the end of that meeting, it was like handshakes and hellos, boys. Let's talk about this and let's just make it happen. I think this is the right
Yep.
team. And handshakes and hellos are something that we have adopted. We'll talk about that as we get into more of our agendaed meetings, the structured meetings we talked about. That's part of it. Handshakes and hellos are something that
Absolutely. How do referrals? Giving a referral. If I'm going to tell somebody about your business, Broadway Car Care, I really have to know something about it and about you. I've either had to have a personal experience or something. And a handshake and hello, sit down with somebody, learn more about them, talk not only about business, maybe about family, get to know them a little bit deeper. I think that's what we're trying to do
Right.
here with the podcast
Yeah.
is find out more about us. And because each of us definitely have something to give.
Right, absolutely.
Right.
And I think that's the podcast. You've gotta evolve with society, with your community, technology. I mean, I'm an old guy doing a podcast. If you'd have told me 2 years ago, well, you're gonna have a podcast, you're gonna build a podcast studio, you're gonna get into this so heavy, you're gonna spend a fair amount of money on equipment, and and people are gonna love it. And I'm like, okay, well, probably not. I don't think so. And no. That would be my three answers.
Yep.
But here we are.
Right.
And I love it. I mean, Craig said last night, it's been a minute. I missed it. You know,
Yeah.
he was excited to
And
come in.
I can see why. It is fun. I mean, we're just sitting here talking,
Yeah.
but at the same time, it's thought provoking.
Right.
At least to me, it is, and
Yeah.
I sure hope to the people who are going to watch this and,
Yeah.
and listen to it, because ultimately our goal is to benefit everybody that we come in contact with the
Right.
SBR group.
Right.
I mean, and I don't think that's a stretch to think we can do it.
No, I don't either. And I think a big part of that is talking to you guys as you join SBR Group and you become members. We're going to rely on you. We're going to lean on you to say, what do you need? You know, what do you
Right.
need? Now,
Yep.
I might not be able to provide that, but Greg might. And if Greg can't, maybe Craig can. If Craig
Right.
can't, maybe we have two members that can. You know, it doesn't have to be. It doesn't
Maybe we need Jordan, the tall guy. I mean, you never know.
tallest member, by the way.
Tallest member, yes, absolutely. Yep.
All right. Well, you know, I see we're at just short of 11 minutes.
Yep.
And our goal is to keep these 8 to 12 minutes. I think 8 minutes will probably never happen. But we're going to push that 12:01 most of the time.
Jerry, thank you for having me. This
Absolutely.
is great.
Absolutely. Well, guys, any last thoughts?
You know, check us out. Come visit SBR Group
Website.
Join SBRgroup.com.
Yep.
Just go to the website. We're on all social media platforms. Very easy to find. Check it out. Check these out. I think it's going to be a great benefit for your business.
I think so too. And social media. We're on X, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, Truth,
YouTube.
and YouTube. So we've got 6 right now. And if you guys have suggestions, you want to see us somewhere else, let us know. We'll put something else on Jordan's plate. That's his gig.
Right.
Greg, thanks for coming out.
Thanks, Jerry.